For Women's History Month this month, we are inviting several members of our community that are influential women. And today we have Jenny Slagle with us. So, Jenny, I would love you to introduce yourself and who you are for our community.
Yeah, thank you. So glad to be here. Jenny Slagle. I am a member of the Yakima Nation and Northern Arapaho descendant. I've lived here in Spokane for 26 years now. We've raised our 4 kids here, and I am a small business owner, and I serve on the Spokane Public Schools Board of Directors.
If there's anything to know about you, it's just that you feel like you do everything. Why? Where does the energy come from to have your hands in all these pots?
Oh gosh, I think definitely there is passion behind everything that I do and purpose. So I've gained a lot of clarity over what I want to do and where I want to be in the spaces that I try to put myself in to make sure that our Native community is represented. So that can come a little bit easier when you have that kind of purpose behind you.
Does that, I'm assuming, come from your background as being Native?
Yes, yeah. So I grew up on the Yakima Reservation, surrounded by my community, and recently I've been reflecting that I really didn't mean to move away from home, and I'm thankful that it's only about 200 miles to get back home. But I've built a life here. My kids, all 4 of the kids are still here. My mom's here. We have our small businesses now and really anchored here. So I am thankful that I also get to be a part of the growing Native community here in different spaces.
And coming from a Native community and as a woman, that's a space that you don't see a crazy number of people moving into high performing public roles. And so as somebody who has successfully done that and in a very respected way, what would you say to somebody who is maybe watching from home that,
Gosh.
could inspire them?
Oh, that's a great question. I think just staying true to yourself and where you come from. That seems like an overused statement, but I really have really stayed true to like knowing where I come from and who I come from has really given me that strength and resilience to be able to overcome a lot of barriers that are in the way of uh, of coming into these types of positions.
What are some of the things that you would say the community can do to help break down those barriers even further?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of social barriers as well, child care, earning a living wage, being able to be supported in so that you can support your family is definitely one of the major things that I think society as a whole we could improve. And I was thankful that I've been married for 34 years now and have a great partner in raising our kids and being able to be a 2 income household as long as we were while we were raising the kids. So that definitely helps, that type of privilege definitely has enabled me to be able to focus on volunteering and giving back.
Having seen Spokane change over the years, do you feel like we're moving in the right direction as a whole?
I feel like, yeah, I'm very positive about Spokane. I'm especially positive about our Spokane public schools. We've done a lot of work and intentional work around making sure that kids feel like they belong in the spaces that they want to be. We've got a lot of great programs at SPS in our option programs that if the typical public school, the high school or elementary school doesn't feel like that's a good fit, we have other options. And that's just as I travel to different districts or talk with other school board members across the state, that's very unheard of.
Speaking of, one of the things basically I'm asking everybody through this series is the fact that you are in the position that you're in. You are somebody that a kid could look up to, right? And so, especially with your connection to the school district, like, how do you hold yourself? How do you move forward day to day to make sure that you're inspiring the next generation, I
Yeah, I
guess?
think one of the things that come to mind is probably a lot of pride. I carry a lot of pride of, again, who I come from, and being Women's History Month, I've been reflecting a lot on, the woman who raised me, and I come from a very we've got longevity in our blood. My grandmother lived to her mid
Oh,
90s,
wow.
and I've got ancestors that were, you know, storied to live to be about 120.
Whoa.
And so I feel like, that makes it, when you think about, like, when I think about life being so short, it almost feels like, I have some time, but I also have to make sure that I'm using that time wisely. But pride in who I come from. So the woman that raised me, my mom, being a single mother for several years, she was one of seven girls in her family, and so I was also surrounded by at least 5 or 6 of my aunts at any given time, and I knew who my grandmothers were, thankfully. So, having that grounding definitely helps in making sure that I carry on that pride and dignity
That's
of
amazing.
those.
And I'm assuming there's a cross section in that pride between both your native background and being a woman, right?
Yes, definitely. It's there's we carry a lot of intersecting identities
That's so
as women of color, Native women.
And then you also obviously spoke in public schools, but then you own a local restaurant as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Gosh.
I know it's a very popular restaurant. I've been. It's
Oh,
incredible.
thank you.
What inspired that?
Yeah, so it's Indigenous Eats, and we have now have 2 locations, one in at GU and one in the River Park Square Mall. I also just opened Indigenous Chic. It's a boutique in River Park Square as well. We have a food trailer now
Cool.
that we're getting ready to bring out for the season. We That was really inspired just also by being in the community. My family and I were a part of the downtown powwow, gathering at the Falls powwow for at least 3 years. We ran the concession stand there that sold Indian tacos. I mean, all of my family plus some of my kids' friends were involved in, like, doing the concession stand, selling fry bread. My mom was there making the fry bread, and it was really long nights and the long weekends. But that was to raise money for the powwow and to give back to the community, the dancers, the drummers that all showed up to, be a part of this weekend celebration. So COVID happened. My husband happened to get laid off,
Oh, no.
and we start thinking about, like, what's next. And he and I start, thinking about a restaurant based on the food that we knew and that I grew up with, and we just kind of decided that, realizing we're not getting any younger, and it's a very physical space and industry to be in. So we took some time to find a lender, and after they got on board with us, we found a really great space for our first location. And I always say, things fell into place, but that was a lot of planning as well. Yeah.
My fiance says it's six. Luck is a combination of preparedness and timing, or something
Yes.
like that,
Timing.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I really believe that. I always say everything happens for a reason, but also timing really matters.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That has to be empowering, though, having such a rich history. Like, are your people proud of you?
I hope so.
Oh no, I'm sure they are. But, like, I mean, and then, like, as a community,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're still very connected
Yeah.
to the Yakima Nation. Like, they have to, like,
Yeah.
just love that you've brought that culture outward, right?
Yeah, so so with the food trailer coming out, we got it last July, 2025. And so this is going to be the first full season
Oh,
that
cool.
we're bringing it out. And we're part of the food trailer is also marketing. We want to take it out and do like pop-ups in different cities across the region, but also across the state to build some brand awareness. And we decided that we would go home for the first city pop-up, and we put it out yesterday, and it's gotten a lot of good traction so far and a lot of good, reshares on social media. So I feel like, I hope they're proud of it,
Sure they
and
are.
if that's some indication that they're looking forward to us coming home for at least a day, then yeah, it feels good. But definitely very humbled always when people talk about the restaurant, and we do caterings, and we walk away with them thanking us for being there, and we're providing a service, and and that they're paying for, but yet they're thanking us so profusely that it's very humbling.
That's so sweet. That's
Yeah.
like a really cool full circle moment to
Yeah,
bring that all the way
yeah.
back around to home. Is there anything else that you would say is pertinent to this month? Like, why is it important that we have these conversations and celebrate Women's History Month and the diversity around us?
Yeah, I think it's important because, it's easy to really overlook people who are wearing so many hats and holding so many roles in any given community, that it's, a time to really reflect on, where we come from, and also looking ahead. So as I was reflecting on, excuse me, where I come from, who I come from, I'm also looking ahead to my daughter, and I am really just amazed at, where she is in her life and who she is, that I couldn't imagine myself being, that confident at 25, 26, and know, so I'm really enthused, and I'm really hopeful for our next generation.
Yes, as good as things are for us now, it was not as easy for our
No.
parents and grandparents, and so hopefully that same level can carry through to the next generation and the next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This was a wonderful
Thank
conversation.
you. I appreciate it.